Welcome. You know who this is. Right now, I'm coming out of the etymology, Etymoline Online app, and also some scripture. And we're going to be touching on the subject of hypocrisy today. Now, what is hypocrisy, according to the etymology and biblical truth in history? It is the sin of pretending to virtue or goodness. Virtue and goodness are one and the same, right? So if one pretends to be good, or have goodness or virtue, he is a hypocrite, right? Now, there's a present situation taking place that I can point to in these times that clearly express the hypocrisy. Now, there is a leadership. I'm not going to name any names, but this leadership states that unless you're born here in the states, you are not a citizen, and that therefore, from the legal standpoint, you should be deported to your home country. Okay, now, we all know that America, or the United States, or the continental United States, is land surrounded by the Indo Pacific and Atlantic Sea. There's the Gulf of Mexico, and it's going to be renamed according to, I don't like rumors. I don't like rumors, but I heard they're going to change it to the Gulf of America. So the renaming of things is very telling of an agenda to grab and take power by force, not by negotiation, but by force, and also by forcing people to their home countries, quote unquote. This is hypocrisy because the current administration or regime that we see in play are the descendants of, you guessed it, migrants, immigrants. Okay? Now, for this administration or group of people in particular to tell someone they don't belong on this land that history has shown actually belong to their ancestors is hypocrisy because how this administration's forefathers, whom they praise constantly, they came over here and were welcomed here by indigenous peoples who were my ancestors. Now, my ancestors, they had virtue, they had goodness, as we do today. Problem is when these, when this current administration's ancestors came here hundreds and hundreds of years ago and found us here, and they quote unquote discovered America, they discovered that the ecosystems, the waterways, the lush vegetation, uh, the abundance of all things natural and beautiful and great, which were a blessing to our people, they sought to take. And so, throughout the course of time, there were treaties made and treaties broken, treaties initiated by these newcomers to the land, and eventually slaughter ensued on their behalf, and the taking of lands, the robbing, the pillaging, and uh, followed up by indoctrination and the name of their type of conquest because they were being oppressed supposedly by King George, you know. So they draft these constitutions, and now it's through executive and legislative acts. They have these codes and statutes which The Supreme Court, which upholds and set precedents of the law of the land, the natural law, the common law, the supreme law of the land, they held that codes and statutes are unconstitutional, therefore unlawful. And you have to know the difference between what's law and what's legal. What's law is what the Most High has created and handed down to His people. And, you know, what's legal is a man-made creation. What is a code is a man-made creation. What is a policy? A man-made creation. A policy is how you have the police. Policy, police. I mean, it's the same. It's a code of ethics, right? And people think that they are citizens of the United States, which is a misnomer because a citizen of the United States was established in the 14th Amendment to the Constitution, which makes everyone an indentured servant, if you really know, because you're subject to the federal government, right? If you're a citizen. I've done my research. I've contacted the Department of Homeland Security, and they sent me a letter stating clearly that upon their person-centric search for my what they would call an ens legis, that I call a name that my mom and dad gave me, they can find no records of me being a citizen. That's because I am not a citizen. They know full well that I am a descendant of the indigenous ones that were here prior to them setting up their administrations and democracy and things of that nature. And now they're trying to tell the Native Americans that unless they denounce their tribes, that they cannot hold citizenship in this country and thus are therefore subject to deportation. But where are you going to send indigenous people, the Native Americans, or the indigenous, I should say, because there's a difference. But where are you going to send them? Back to Siberia, Mongolia? Because people they studied the DNA, the haplogroups, and they found that these people who claim to be natives are actually basically Indo-European and Mongolian. If you go to Russia, there is a huge swath of land in Russia that belong to Asiatic peoples, right? And so they share land, and that's been since antiquity. You go over to Turkey, it's the same thing. You look at Asia. Asia, they call it Eurasia now, because on the left side is Europe, and on the right side is Asia. You have to, consider these things, right? So what I'm saying is the hypocrisy of somebody telling someone that they don't belong here is highly hypocritical. All right. So we look forward to a day where we don't have to deal with the hypocrisy. What I mean by we is the people of the Most High. Right. So I'm gonna go to scripture right here that's beautiful to me. It's Isaiah 65. I'm gonna begin at verse 9. And I will bring forth the seed out of Jacob and out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountains, and mine elect shall inherit it, and my servants shall dwell there. And Sharon shall be a fold of flocks in the valley of Achor, a place for the herds to lie down in, for my people that have sought me. But ye, they, but ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that. Therefore I will number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did not choose that wherein I delighted not. And did choose that wherein I delighted not. Excuse me, Slakia. Therefore, thus saith the Lord the Most High Yahweh, Behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for the Lord the Most High shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name. That he who blessed himself in the earth shall bless himself in the Most High, God of truth. And he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by the God of truth, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from mine eyes. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come to mind. But be ye glad and rejoice forever, that which I create. For behold, I create Yerushalayim a rejoicing, and her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Yerushalayim, and joy in my people. And the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that hath not filled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed. And they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. They shall not build and another inhabit, because that's what's going on right now. The ancestors, my ancestors, built this country. Look at the inventions. They're very prominent, especially in the month of February, which is the shortest month of all the calendar months, supposedly, according to the Gregorian calendar and the custom here in the United States, right? But I'll continue reading. They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of the tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. So this is what's to come, right? So going back to this month, you see a lot of the inventions that our people have created or have come up with, and they have been given the gift of creativity, which is a gift only from the Most High. And these people that represent the spirit of the current administration, you know, they have created nothing, but they have created turmoil, confusion, and they are hypocrites, to say the least. And the ones that are of virtue, those people are being targeted because what does darkness have to do with light? It hateth the light, right? What does truth have to do with the lie? When you have the truth and you walk in virtue, right? You walk in goodness of the Most High. You have to constantly resist Satan, right? It says, resist the devil and he shall flee from you. So we look forward to the devil fleeing from us. We look forward to, you know, uh, our utopia, our heaven, right? Verse 23, they shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of the Lord, the Most High Yahweh, and their offspring with them. And it shall come to pass, it shall come to pass, that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock, and dust shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, saith the Lord, the Most High Yahweh. That is all. Hopefully you've been edified, and that means basically that you learned something from hearing this word, the similitudes, the etymology, right? You see what's going on. Hopefully it's clear to you. Hopefully you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, and that you remain humble and of a contrite spirit toward the Most High and His Word, because that is the only way to learn. Remember, King Solomon said this wise thing. He said, in all thy getting, get an understanding. That is all. Shalom.